qualification 38, and Bare Metal beating Velocity Raptors in the middle of the field with a little bit of a race there. Bare Metal unloading that hopper very, very quickly for that Red Alliance before returning back to the center of the field alongside their Alliance partners, Cloverbots, to grab as much fuel as they possibly can coming out of that Red Alliance hub. Meanwhile, Velocity Raptors lining up on that Blue Alliance. They are up in the air right at the end of the autonomous period. 123 to 67 in favor of the Red Alliance as we exit the autonomous period and drivers step forward and take control. Bare Metal getting one last volley of fuel off into that hub before we go over to the blue side of the field where Velocity Raptors has a little bit of fuel saved up, and they start shooting that into the hub. Currently being defended by Otter Chaos, causing some chaos over on the blue side of the field. But Velocity Raptors don't seem super phased. They continue to shoot rather unaffected into that Blue Alliance hub. Flashing lights on the Blue Alliance indicate it's time for the Red Alliance to shoot. Bare Metal ready on the draw with a full hopper already unloaded and in. Their Alliance partners, Cloverbots, also grabbing some fuel by the driver station. Both of those robots eating all that fuel on the red side of the field rather quickly with just under a minute 30 left to play. Another volley of shots going up and in for Cloverbots. Bare Metal lining up with some of their own. 330 for that Red Alliance. And now it's the Blue Alliance's turn, currently with a score of 130. 200-point difference between these two alliances. And Bare Metal really wants to make sure that that gap just gets wider, trying to grab as much fuel as they possibly can from that Blue Alliance and feeding it over to their own side of the field. Meanwhile, their Alliance partners, Cloverbots, grabbing all that fuel in the neutral zone. And it's now the Red Alliance's turn with 50 seconds left to play. Lots of shots going up and in for Bare Metal. That drum shooter, one of the most effective shooters that I've seen in the Pacific Northwest. And over on the blue side of the field, they look like they're trying to grab some fuel in preparation for the end game period. Almost 500 points for that Red Alliance as we enter that end game. And some shots going up and in for that Blue Alliance. Meanwhile, it looks like Bare Metal has gotten themselves beached on the red side of the field. Can Cloverbots free them? Yes, they can. Looks like a piece of debris coming off of that Bare Metal machine. And with just under 10 seconds here, Blue Alliance getting some shots up and over. Unfortunately, it looks like Pyobite's just missing a load of fuel into that hub, and those flashing lights indicate that it's now the end of the match. Preliminary scores 568 to 206. Just waiting on a thumbs up here. We have that thumbs up, which means that we have a final score. Let's put that final score up on the big screen. And it is the Red Alliance. The final score of 595 to 217. 5 ranking points. Once again, the standard for Bare Metal at this point, being taken home by that Red Alliance. Bare Metal holding themselves still in rank number 1. Unfortunately for the Blue Alliance, no ranking points for the taking.